What up guys, Miguel here of Yugatech, and last year's OPPO A3s was a pretty popular entry-level smartphone despite competition from Xiaomi and Realme. But its successor, the OPPO A5s, did get a few notable upgrades. At a price point of 6,990 pesos, let's see how it fares against the competition. Housed in a sleek plastic body, we've got a bold red design with gold accents that attempts to imitate a glass back. There's also a black variant available for a more classic look. It actually has a similar design to the A3s. We have a dual rear camera setup with an LED flash stacked horizontally and a fingerprint scanner that's easy to reach. Despite the back being plastic, it's still pretty prone to smudges, so better use a case. On the left side is a triple card tray with 2 SIM card slots and a dedicated microSD card slot. Below that are the volume buttons. Meanwhile, at the right side you can find the power button. They're all easy to reach and satisfyingly clicky. At the bottom, we have the micro USB port, loudspeaker, microphone, and headphone jack. Moreover, the A5s is light and sturdy despite its large size and budget price. You get a 6.2-inch screen with a water drop notch for its selfie camera. Plus, the screen is outfitted with a Corning Gorilla Glass 3 and pre-installed screen protector. As for display quality, under direct sunlight, things are viewable at about 95% brightness. Colors are pretty average and you only get a resolution of 1520 by 720. But that should be all fair enough given the phone's price point. It's definitely usable. The downward firing speaker can be loud enough to fill a small space, but at maximum volume or even just 80%, it leaves your ears ringing as highs overpower the mids and lows, resulting in a tinny sound. Moving on to performance, the A5s is powered by a MediaTek Helio P35 chipset, 3 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of internal storage. It's good to use for basic tasks like messaging, scrolling through social media, playing music and videos, and even taking selfies. However, try not to run too many apps in the background to avoid a laggy experience. When it comes to gaming, the A5s has a dedicated game space feature which optimizes the phone to run at the best possible performance while gaming. However, even with game space, graphic-intensive games lag heavily. The benchmark scores we got are typically what you'll expect from its price range. For security, registering and using the fingerprint scanner is fast, as long as the surface is clean. And Face Unlock actually works well too, just not in low light. For software, you get Android 8.1 Oreo out of the box skinned with ColorOS 5.2 on top. High-tier OPPO phones already run Android Pie with ColorOS 6, but this is probably due to chipset incompatibility at the moment. You get a clean and simple UI with some built-in features like Music Party, Game Space, roaming, clone apps, app split screen, and of course, Game Space. There's also a smart sidebar for quick access to tools and apps. Keeping the device running is a massive 4,230 mAh battery, and in our PCMark battery test we got a total of 12 hours and 53 minutes. Meanwhile, in our video loop test, we yielded a total of 16 hours and 15 minutes, which I can say reflects real usage. I had the phone running for almost the whole day on light to moderate use without looking for a charger. And as for charging, we got a full 100% after 2 straight hours of charging, which is a long time. But hey, let me remind you that this is an entry-level phone and that is a 4,230 mAh battery. Okay, let's talk about the cameras. At the back, you get a 13 megapixel main shooter with an aperture rating of f2.2, plus a secondary 2 megapixel depth sensor and an LED flash. For selfies, in that notch, you can find an 8 megapixel camera. Photos taken from the rear cameras look good, especially under natural lighting, but they also seem quite dull and unsaturated for the most part. Colors aren't as vibrant nor vivid as we would like them to be, and the edge detection in portrait shots needs a little more work with the background blur. When it comes to low light shots, there's a lot of noise and a loss in detail. The A5s doesn't have a dedicated night mode, which makes matters worse. For the front camera, we can actually get decent selfies. There's definitely some skin smoothing going on even without the beauty mode turned on, so yup, Beautygate. And with the AI option on, selfies look a little unnatural and overly processed as you amp up the AI beauty mode level. When it comes to videos, the A5s can shoot up to 1080p at 30 frames per second. They're decent, however stabilization is absent, so make sure you have a steady hand. So to wrap up this video, let's check out pricing and how it fares against the competition. The OPPO A5s is priced at 6,990 pesos, and for the same price you can get a Realme 3. And objectively, it offers better performance cameras and a subjectively better design. Plus, you get Android Pie with the latest version of ColorOS. Nonetheless, if you do decide to go with the A5s, you get a sizable screen, pretty great battery life, expandable storage, and performance decent enough for everyday use. So, what did you guys think? At 6,990 pesos, is the A5s the phone for you? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to smack that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit that bell icon so you get notified of our future uploads. Be sure to visit yugatech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Again, this has been Miguel, and I'll see ya in the next one. Bye-bye!